with one small example. So what is that? Scope of work. What is the responsibility of a owner? Who is responsible? For contractor is responsible, or a owner is responsible, or a third party is responsible. So the scope of work is the activities what you need to do, that has been divided into process design. You need to do the process design for your project, basic engineering, detailed engineering, procurement services, equipment supply, subcontracting services, commissioning, project management, construction management, and the financing. So these are the set of activities you need to carry out in your project which you are going to start. For that, you need to clearly mention which task, who is responsible, whether the owner is responsible or an engineering contractor is responsible, or you are giving the contract again for the third party who is responsible. So in that way, you need to divide all the activities of the project into subsections, so that the chart will give you the clear indication of, because it has got so many set of works who at the end you will not come to know who is responsible for this work. If everything is going good, then there is no issue. If something is gone wrong, then the others start showing their fingers to the other person. So that should not happen. For that, you need to clearly define the things. Who is responsible? You take the example here. You can see what right mark represents. So the right mark represents, it is full responsibility of that particular head. Wrong is does not responsible. He is not at all responsible for that work. And equal to mark represents maybe sometimes he is responsible, not solely, not fully responsible for that particular activity. Are you able to see what I have taken a screenshot of the textbook itself? You are able to read, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Have you understood? The scope of work for the project we have divided into 10 sections. What are these sections? Process design, basic engineering, detailed engineering, procurement services, equipment supply, subcontracting services, commissioning, project management. Based on the scope of a project, the activities will vary from one project to the other project. So in this case, we have divided these 10 sections, and there are 3 people are involved in completing this project. Who all are? Owner, engineering contractor, and again the third party contractor, subcontracting, what we can say. So in that case, for the process design, who is responsible? Here you can see it very clearly. For the process design or the design of a project and all, owner itself is responsible for that process design of the project. Contractor, owner is taking the help of engineering contractor and doing all the finalization, the last decision. Things. He is responsible. Sometimes he is responsible, the engineering contractor also. And third party, also you are taking the help of a third party also for finalizing the process design, depending on whether you are assigning the work to the third party, you want to give the responsibility or not. But in this case, they have given the third party also the total responsibility. That means owner and the third party. Owner and you are hiring some design engineer who is very expert from the other industry. In that case, he is also responsible. So that means owner and the third party is responsible. Engineering contractor is your regular contractor, whatever you are giving him, so he will be taking care of that. So that is for the process design. Basic engineering, owner, he will totally depend on the engineering contractor itself. Basic, he has given the layout. It is a responsibility of an engineering contractor to give the basic details of a engineering. Owner, sometimes maybe he is also responsible while taking the decisions. Even the third party is also involved in laying out the details of basic engineering. There also you can see equal to mark for owner as well as the third party. Major responsibility lies with the engineering contractor itself. Okay, are you understanding what I am explaining? Are you getting an idea what exactly this responsibility, why we need to take all such actions before going for the final decisions and all? So in process, if you are not making anyone responsible, there will be a conflicts, there will be a who is at last, if something goes wrong, who is responsible? Everything goes right also, who is responsible? Whose contribution it is? In that case, so this responsibility plays a major role in dividing the work who all are involved into the project. So next one is detailed engineering. Owner at least is not at all responsible for, is not at all involved in detailed engineering because he was there in a process design and this thing. So here engineering contractor plays a major role because he is a contractor. He has to give the subsections of the detailed engineering design and all. Then third party is not at all involved in a detailed engineering. The major responsibility of detailed engineering lies with the engineering contractor itself. Then procurement services. For procurement services, yeah, the engineering contractor plays a major role. Owner is also involved partially, and third party is also involved partially. And for the equipment supply, again the contractor and the third party, if at all, if you are assigning few of the works. So like this, you need to go on giving, analyzing to who we are assigning, who all are involved in this work. For commissioning, yes, owner is also responsible. Engineering contractor is also responsible, and the third party is also responsible. Commissioning means, to start with, the owner is more responsible. Third party expert knowledge, whatever the expert skills he are taken, he is also plays a major role during the commissioning of that machines or commissioning of the projects and all. So the owner is slightly fully responsible. So if the connection goes, you should let me know because I'm making it full screen. Okay. Then project management, owner is responsible, engineering contractor is responsible, third party is not at all responsible. Construction management, yes, of course, the engineering contractor, maybe partially the owner also. Financing, yes, it is totally who is responsible, owner of the project is responsible, and engineering contractor and third parties don't have any much work to get involved in that project, financing of that project. So like this, you need to give the clear responsibility, that giving the responsibility for all the parties who are involved in the project is very, very important. So that means what responsibility you want to delegate. What responsibility you want to delegate for the other parties who are involved in the work. So that clear indication you need to give so that it becomes easy to go ahead with the project. So this itself they have shown with the flow diagram over here. Owner doing everything except the manufacturing of a plant and machinery. So you can see it through the flow diagram. So this single line represents the departmental work, and the double line represents you are giving the contracts. You are giving the contractual work. What contractual work? For supply of materials, supply of machines, or any other thing which is required for your project. So here you have a owner, design, order, supply, erection, commissioning. So these three sections, design, order, and erection and commissioning is taken care by the owner itself, but the supply is given for the contractor. So that is contractual work among the work whatever you have. This is one example of which shows where the contractor is involved in your project with the help of a flow diagram. So the other case, owner assuming the task of ordering and carrying out the project management through the contractors. What all the things are involved in this project? Owner is leading the thing. Here you have a sections of engineering, ordering, supply, erection, commissioning. The same sections they have shown over here. But when the project goes larger in scale, so you want to increase the contractual work. So here, you are going for engineering also contractual work, supply and erection also you are giving the contractual work, not for the same party. You may be giving for different parties. Are you able to follow? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
It's an interesting part. Just with the flow diagram, you will be able to understand, because I will not be able to see whether they are listening, they are interested. Okay. If time up, please let me know. 258. Okay. So when the scale of the project increases, what happens? The contractors increases. That is, here totally the same for engineering is also given in a contractual basis, supply also given, and the erection and the commissioning is also given only as a contractual basis. Only the ordering part is with the main coordinator or the main owner of the project. So one more case is there. Here, owner engages the consultant for engineering and project management itself. So here you can see the single line departmental work, double line contractual work, and the arrowhead represents the interaction between these two. When the project scale goes on increasing, so all these complications will increase. For that, you need to do very clear indication in the very first stage itself so that everything runs smoothly. Owner of the project, again ordering, contract, consultant, and supply, and erection and commissioning. So instead of, here we have a consultant for expert knowledge, or the third party you can tell is very knowledgeable. So you are constructing a mall, you are going for a construction of a mall. So consultant will be your architecture, maybe your consultant. So you are going for starting an industry. So the design engineer or the design engineer will take the responsibility till the machines are erected, or even the design engineer also may not be responsible. A separate consultant you will hire for erectioning and commissioning of the project. So in that case, it goes on changing depending on the scale. So here, who all are the contractors? consultant is a contractor, supply is also by the contractor, erection and commissioning is also by the contractor. If there is no coordination between these, then what they are doing to their best level, but what actually is needed, that may not happen. So there should be an interaction, interlink between the consultants or between the contractors so that you will be able to lead your project smoothly. So there is an interaction between ordering and the consultant. So there is an interaction between a consultant and erection and commissioning. There is an interaction between a consultant and the supply. When the situation goes on becoming more tricky, and also in that case you need to have this kind of a coordination between everyone. Here, one more is owner engages the members of agencies for a specified work package inclusive of the design and the procurement. So it again depends on who is the owner, who is the project manager, what kind of a thing he wants to follow. But these are the possible sections you can go through. So here you have a agency 1, agency 2, agency 3, then integrating services. So here it is a departmental work. Main structure lies with the departmental work. Agent 1. So all these are the contractors for completing that particular work. So the one more, owner hands over the entire responsibility of a project execution to the prime contractor itself. So owner is not at all, he is the leading team, but he is handing over everything to the prime contractor so that project is completed or executed by the contractor itself in that case. So after owner, you will find the prime contractor. Then under the prime contractor, you will find the engineering. Again, the supply will be through the contracting. And the erection and commissioning is also through the contracting. So these are some possible ways depending on the scope, depending on the sector, depending on the complexity of the project. Here there is one more case. The owner appoints a project management company for professional management of the project on behalf of the owner. So owner, again the same sections are there. Project management company itself will be hired for completing that project. Even he is placed in that organization, he will be taking care of the entire project. So again, he will be having engineering section again as a contractor. So all these will be contractor instead of a consultant, or instead of what we have hired, prime contractor. Here, the project manager of a company itself, of some other company or his own company, will be as a contractor itself. So in that case also, the departmental single line is a departmental work, double line is a contractual work, and interaction between the different contractors and the different departments of that project organization. So in this way, you can divide and clearly define the responsibility through the charts of a project organization so that you will be able to complete your project successfully. So this is about the responsibility. So the responsibility plays a major role. That among the 3 R's, the responsibility, the very first R, plays a major role in delegating the things, how you are delegating, how, in what section you are assigning the work for the contractors and all, that you need to study in detail and define all these works. So the next R is the reimbursement. How you are, when you are how the things will be reimbursed. So that has been divided into the different types of reimbursements: lump sum contractors, cost plus contractors, then item rate contractors. How these contractors will be charged, whether based on per square feet in case of a construction engineer, based on the item rate, based on the number of items what he is doing. Based on that, the contractors reimbursement is done, or what kind of a reimbursement they are getting. So that is also one of the very important reimbursement process you need to take care when you are assigning for the contractors. Lump sum contractors are nothing but lump sum is a fixed price arrived at by the way of competitive bidding. So you are calling for the tenders and all. So in that lump sum you are paying. So this much of a work you are paying at once, not at once. So this is the total amount what he is getting for that completing that particular work. So that is a lump sum, a fixed price arrived at by the way of competitive bidding. So they are submitting their own bids through quoting their prices. Here, finalizing one contractor. So at the end of that work or in the stages, you will be paying that much amount of money. It is in lump sum. No extra money will be paid, or if he completes that project also in time, whatever has been spoken, that money will be paid for him. Negotiated lump sum. The second lump sum contractor will be negotiated lump sum. A fixed price is negotiated with a contractor selected on consideration other than the price. So a fixed price is so for negotiation is done for erection of the machine. One machine, if it is getting erected, so much of amount. So it depends how many machines he is getting doing the erection. So depends on that, negotiation will be done. What material he is supplying. So they are fixing some negotiable fixed price based on number of times he is supplying. So based on that also, he will be reimbursed. Reimbursement in the nothing but what is the payment you are doing for the contractors. Whether you are going with a lump sum contractors, or you are going with the cost plus contractors, or you are going with the cost plus fixed fees contractors, or item rate contractors, or the hybrid contractors, or the lump sum plus cost plus contracts. So there are so many other different types of reimbursement, or the payment is done for the contractors. In that, first one is the lump sum contractors. In the lump sum contractors, we have two types. One is a lump sum, totally a lump sum, then negotiable lump sum based on the number of times he is doing. So in detail, no need to just go through what all these are. Then cost plus contractors will be there. So these cost plus contractors, the second, based on the percentage of a fee, they will be paid for the services, actual man hours into the rate. So how many number of work hours he has been involved, multiplied by per hour, whatever the rate you are fixed. So that will be the rate of that contractor. Or for a supply, equipment cost actuals plus agreed percentage fee for the service. If you are supplying some equipment or the machines, what is the actual cost of a machine, and some fees of a service and all, they will be paid. Based on that, again, the cost plus contractors will be there. For turnkey projects, installed plant cost at actuals, whatever the actual expenditures are there, installed plant cost at the actuals plus agreed percentage fee for the service. So which type of a payment reimbursement you are doing it for the contractors, that you need to decide in the beginning itself. So the second one is cost plus contractors. The third one is cost plus fixed fee contractors will be there. Cost plus with a guaranteed maximum returns. So that is, fees component is fixed and not linked with other cost which will be reimbursed at actuals. So he is going to get some fixed amount of a cost over there. So there is one more type is there, that is reimbursement is there, that is item rate contractors. A detailed schedule of items giving a brief description of the work or the supplies with an approximate quantity is introduced. So that is based on the number of items they are supplying. Based on that, you will be doing you are reimbursing the amount to the contractors based on unit rate or item rate can be done. Then hybrid contractors will be lump sum contractors plus the item. Some amount is fixed, lump sum this much amount is fixed. If you are paying the 10 machineries, if you are supplying 10 machineries, so this is the lump sum amount you are going to get it, plus the item rate will be different based on what they are supplying, what work they are doing. So these are the different types of a reimbursement what you can do for the contractors. Lump sum plus cost plus contractors are there. Lump sum plus fixed contractors are also there. So based on that, we are going to do the reimbursement for the contractors. Reimbursement is nothing but the payment, what method of payment you are doing for the contractors. This also need to be finalized in the beginning itself. For that, you have a lump sum and cost plus contractors, item rate contractors, hybrid contractors, lump sum plus cost plus contractors, and the lump sum plus fixed rate contractors. So the next one is so you are dividing the work, so many contractors you have. The process licensing contract is given by lump sum, that you need to decide how you are reimbursing the money to the different contractors. Contractor with know-how for the technical knowledge, again you are going with a lump sum. Detailed engineering also you are going with a lump sum. Project engineering contractor will go with the lump sum plus fixed rate. Depends on how you are deciding the repayment for the contractors. You can go through the just project. Monitoring contractor will be a fixed rate. Labor contract will be a fixed rate. Again, it depends. Here and there you can change the things, how you want to repay the money. Based on that, you will be doing it. It's time up, or I have 2 more minutes of a time? What is the time? So the last risk we will discuss in a next class. The third hour of contracting we will discuss in a next class. Are you able to follow? Are you able to follow what is this reimbursement is? What is the method of payment you are doing for contractors? That itself is the reimbursement. That itself is a reimbursement. So there are different types of reimbursements. That is lump sum or a fixed rate or item rate, right? Lump sum plus fixed. So such kind of reimbursement you are going to do it for the contractors. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the rest we will take it next class because it is already time up. Okay.